Alright, I want to make this quick. So, I'm currently on a 10-year-old laptop. In the past, I've never really built my own computer. I've usually just bought, like, an office computer or some shit in the past, and, just throwing a graphics card and some RAM in it, and called it a fucking day, because, what the fuck, it doesn't really matter to me. Or it didn't, anyways. But now that I want to do more with my computer than, just type up a document and use Word, or, in my case, LibreOffice Writer, because I don't use Microsoft anymore. I haven't since Vista. Search the internet and shit. It's all I really ever need a computer for. But now I see myself wanting something that can do Blender and shit, so I can learn these things, because I'm at that point where I want to do more with my computer. Unfortunately, I'm on a 10-year-old fucking laptop. That's got, as you can see here, a Linfield Core i7. And then for graphics, it has a Radeon. Now, I know this video is about Nvidia, and I'll get to it in a second. And I don't want to sound like a fanboy for AMD, but I'm using the free and open source AMD drivers, which really do work a hell of a lot better than the proprietary ones. For starters, this is a laptop that has a very old graphics card in it that AMD no longer supports with their official drivers. So even if I wanted to use them, I couldn't. The free and open source works just fine. And I have given AMD shit. I think it was in this video here, 5 months ago, where I basically made the point that AMD made a card that can compete with the fucking RTX Titan from Nvidia, and for whatever reason they made it exclusive to fucking Mac. So AMD isn't exclusive to my irony. Irony? That's not the word I'm looking for. I don't know what the word I'm looking for. Ire, maybe? I can't fucking talk today. The point is, I'm not a fanboy, and I'm not against giving criticism where criticism is due. And AMD has done some really shady shit that I don't like. For example, they made a graphics card that can compete with the RTX Titan, and made it exclusive to the fucking Mac. They made the Threadripper Pro, made it exclusive to Lenovo. Lenovo didn't put a powerful enough power supply in it, so if you maxed out the fucking system, it wouldn't turn on because it's drawing too much power, and the power supply can't fucking handle it. Now, AMD has kind of fixed that and made the Threadripper Pro available to everyone. It's not out yet, but that's another video entirely. But Nvidia is kind of the opposite, whereas if you go free and open source drivers, it's better than the proprietary ones. You are forced to use the proprietary drivers if you have an Nvidia graphics card, because the free and open source drivers just fucking suck. And the reason for this is because AMD uses a lot of open standards, so it's very easy for developers to make drivers. Whereas Nvidia, there's a lot of proprietary shit. It's very hard to reverse engineer the drivers, and literally there's not even a difference you can make comparison-wise. The free and open source drivers for Nvidia just fucking suck. And that's not the developer's fault. I'm sure they're great. It's Nvidia's fault because they just lock down so much of the fucking hardware with proprietary bullshit that they just can't make a good driver for it. And if you're in the Linux space, you want as much shit as possible, especially critical shit like your keyboard drivers, your graphics drivers, and shit like that, to be free and open source. Because if it's proprietary, you don't know if it's been compromised or not with malware. And it's kind of up to whoever made the proprietary driver, in this case Nvidia, to let you know. And let's face it, they're not going to tell you till it's too fucking late. Whereas usually with open source, someone notices it because there's someone looking at it all the time. and it'll usually get updated within a couple days. But the biggest problem I have with Nvidia isn't that they put so much proprietary shit into their graphics card, excuse me, and makes it hard for free and open source drivers to work. No, the biggest problem I have is they come off as extremely anti-consumer. And what I mean by that is take a look at the 20 series. And I actually touched base with that in a former video where I showed comparisons that people have uploaded to YouTube where the fucking 5700 XT could match the 2080 Ti in games. I'm not sure. I'm sure there's optimizations with the RAM and shit, but it's really fucking amazing. You know, if you look at like Hardware Unboxed and shit and Gamers Nexus, who do like the numbers thing, showing the numbers on a graph is one thing. Looking up something on YouTube, like so, and seeing a $400 card versus a $1,200 card. For example, average frame per second 69, 69, 70 is still pretty good. I mean, granted, you're getting 40 frames per second-ish more, so you are going to get an advantage. But the fact that it can kind of compete is pretty good. I mean, that's playable. And then again, I'm a console gamer, not a PC gamer, so take that what you will. But the fact of the matter is, if the 5700 XT is $400, and you're only getting 40, maybe 50 frames, is that really worth then paying $1,200 fucking dollars for the better card? I would argue no, it's completely fucking stupid. The fact that that card cost $1,200 fucking dollars was stupid, honestly. Because, as I just showed you, you're only getting 40, maybe 50 frames more, according to whoever this fucking benchmark dude is. So, really, the problem started for me with the 20 series. Where, you know, you had the 2080 Ti costing $1,200 fucking dollars. But now with... Actually, there's more with the 20 series. So the other problem I had with the 20 series was they made the 2080, 2070, so on and so forth. And they realized AMD, as I just showed you, can truly compete. Maybe not, you know, blow for blow. You mean you're losing 40 frames per second, but again, it's still fucking more than playable. That's coming from someone who games on consoles. So take that what you will. Take that what you will. I really can't fucking talk today. But at the end of the day, I see that as a ripoff. If, you know, I'm only getting 40, 50 frames more, and I'm paying for 3 times the price, that's not worth fucking... It's maybe worth not even twice the price, in my opinion. I would probably pay $200 more max for a card that's only giving me 40 frames more. Because that's not a drastic increase, honestly. At least not in my opinion. If you're doubling the frames per second, sure, I can justify paying double. But it just seems like they're trying to rip you off. And so what does Nvidia do when they realize AMD can compete? They ripped off the consumers, in my opinion. Because then you have the 2080 replaced with the 2080 Super, the 2070 replaced with 2070 Super, so on and so forth, with all these fucking super cards. And if I just spent, you know, a fuck ton of money on a 2080, just regular 2080, and then a couple months later, the 2080 Super comes out and it's better, you know, it hasn't even been a fucking year. And it really feels like a ripoff if I had bought that. That's just my opinion as a consumer. And they're doing it again with the 30 series, where you had a video done by, what the fuck was his name? I'm trying to think of his name right now. Moore's Law. That was it, Moore's Law. So in this video, he kind of talked about something I've pointed out a couple times now, where they really are ripping you off, because now what they're doing is, because miners are buying up all the fucking cards, because fuck those people, they really fucking suck. What Nvidia's doing is they're making it so if you buy a gaming GPU, it's not going to be as powerful because they don't want you being able to mine with your gaming GPU. And then they're making a full-powered 3080 for miners. So they're selling two of the same fucking card, but one's gimped, and the one that's gimped is for general consumers. They are really ripping you off. And then there was the fact that the 1050, which is 3 generations ago, is making a comeback because they can't make enough cards. So they're wasting fucking resources making a card that's 3 generations old. And honestly, I just can't, in my right mind, ever put my money towards anything Nvidia makes because of just the blatant anti-consumerism. And that's basically going to be this video. And I will see you guys in the next one.